now with the with Georgia and its crazy elections rules
Oh
that
my
they
God!
just
Yeah, you
passed.
were telling me what's going on over there. What are they doing now with
So the governor just passed a law that makes it illegal, or no, it makes it illegal to give anybody waiting in line water, right? And after 5 p.m., there'll be no more voting. All right. Now, I had to read up on it myself.
So no line warming, because that's what it's called.
They call that line warming, and
Okay.
we'll get into that, right?
Uh-huh.
Because the news and the media and the left media,
Okay.
right? Since Republicans were the ones that did that, and they seem that the Republicans seem to be upset because they lost Senate seats, right? They're
They
very
feel your
upset.
hurt.
They wanted to go ahead and change shit around. Right? So you know what? We can't let this happen anymore. But what she said regarding the giving water, and there's a term out there called line warming. Line warming is when a person that's not employed by the elections
By election
place,
board.
by the election board, where where you go to the school and there's people there that tell you, hey, you have to fill out this card and this and this and this and that, right? All right. If you're not working for them, you cannot, like if I'm just an average person that I'm just passing by a long line and I support this one candidate, I'm going to go talk to as many people and I'm going to give them free water. But as I'm doing that, I'm going to tell them, hey, why don't you vote for this and this and this and that while they're giving them free water? And that's called line warming. And nobody should be getting influenced at that once you're online.
But it makes sense.
Yes.
It makes sense.
Because you can influence anywhere you want as long as you stand at a certain feet from the line. And that's across everywhere we've been to, right or wrong?
Yep. If you are an incredible speaker and you're able to detour people or just be assertive with your speech and give a good convincing argument, you could switch somebody's mind.
Absolutely.
I mean, it'll be hard to switch mine, but
you can.
you can.
Yeah.
You can.
And I know they may not be able to convince you, but the millions of people that can turn out to vote, and if they're in line and I'm talking to you and I'm offering you water, I'm being a nice person. But my agenda is not to be nice. My agenda is to sway your vote to the person I want you to vote for. And when I'm talking to you, I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to the 2, 3, and 4 other people that are in close proximity
that
can hear me, eavesdropping on what I'm telling you. And once I hear them eavesdropping, hey guys, you guys want water too? Here you go.
Yeah.
Now, as I'm giving you free water, paid for by my supporter, I may not have a shirt on for them because maybe that's not allowed.
Exactly.
But my voice is allowed.
Yep. Yeah, because it's freedom of speech.
Yeah,
You're allowed to
because
say whatever
whenever you go
want.
to a voting poll, you're going to see the signs, vote for this. Yeah, and that's totally legal still in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
But you cannot go up to the people in line. So what they're saying is, oh my God, it's unhumanitarian that you're going to get a misdemeanor for doing that, for going and giving water.
Misdemeanor.
Yeah, guys, why are you trying to influence me? How about if I already made up my mind who I'm going to vote for? You had your chance to try to sway my vote through your paid advertisement because the networks and TV and YouTube and everything gets inundated by paid advertising from your favorite politician.
But the bad thing about that is that you always get it from the favorite politician.
Yes.
It's not equally distributed among all politicians.
No, well, the ones that have the most money.
That's not fair.
But
That's the rule right now, regardless of that, right? But they already had their chance to sway your vote. They already had your chance to sway your vote as you were driving there, because usually as you're driving to a voting poll, like I just said, there's going to be signs and people are honking and they're telling you as you're walking in, hey, who you voting for? Oh, why you voting for him?
Hey, you should vote for this person. They gave you a pamphlet. But they're not allowed to talk to you while you're in line.
Good, don't.
That's the only thing they're saying. But they said it that you're not allowed to give water or food because, you're not allowed to give water.
Because that's your chance of
yes.
getting in.
Oh, you're not allowed to give water or food? I'm going to bring donuts. So you guys know donuts.
People are even changing if they were on the board about getting a vaccine, there's free donuts now at Krispy Kreme, right? Same thing on a voting line. They might bring you donuts and be like, you know what, fucking guy, it's fucking nice. He and what he said, I don't really agree, but he gave me a freaking donut. I already told him I was gonna vote for him, so let me just vote for him. Because there's people that are easily swayed, like that.
I almost got swayed with the donuts from Krispy Kreme. I mean, who wouldn't?
I got swayed. I was ready to go Krispy Kreme
yesterday. Hot donuts? And especially when that hot sign goes out, Krispy Kreme, you better pay us for advertising, you guys.
The second thing that was passed was you're not allowed, votings will be closed after 5 p.m. Yes, but there's always a but, right? And here's the part that the media doesn't mention, right? Before you were or anywhere you were allowed to vote in any precinct you wanted, up to 7 o'clock or whatever the time was, right? Now you can vote in any precinct you want up to 5 o'clock. So if that precinct is close to your job and you need to vote there because you might not have enough time to get home, you can do that. But you can vote in your precinct until the time that it's normal for everybody else to your assigned precinct. But after 5 p.m., you can only vote in your... So it doesn't mean that polls are closed at 5.
No.
But that's what they're trying to tell you.
Of course, because a lot of people won't read and hear it. A lot of people will be like, oh.
You see, because I was surprised. Something like, man, that's fucked up. You can't give people water online. How about if you see somebody that's freaking dehydrated? You want to give them a glass of water?
Yeah, but you're not going to try to influence
But I didn't know about line warming.
I didn't either. Once we looked it up today, I was like, oh.
I had no idea. But now,
freaking line warmers. Don't warm my line. After
I read up on it and I realized what it was, I'm like, no, it makes sense. I don't want anybody approaching me and trying to sway my vote when I'm online. No, fuck you. Your candidate already had his chance and spent all that money trying to get my vote.
Yep.
Don't come in here when I've already made up my mind. Because if I'm in line, that means I've already made up my mind as to who I'm going to vote for. And one of the things we like to do, as many of you do as well, is that we go through the whole ballot. We go through the whole ballot and we pick our vote before we get there.
And then we look at which side we. Yeah.
And once we do little research. We do research and we understand the bills and we read up on it. Okay, this is this and this and that. And then I like to hear, listen. If you're trying to vote, if you're going to go out there and vote, you should really educate yourself because it's going to be in law or something's going to pass or someone's going to be elected
that's going to
change your whole life. You're voting for yourself.
And the scary thing is that there's some people going out to the polls that have no idea and they're just, eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Republicans, Republican. Democrats, Democrat. What did they tell me to vote for? They told me to do this. Okay, they don't even think about it, right?
That's not good.
Or some people, a lot of people, especially like with the presidential race where most people go out to vote, they'll just vote for the president and leave everything else blank.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes you need those votes in order to pass certain things.